Hello, everyone. Come on in. It's time to ride the strange train again. It's going to be another edition tonight, heading your way of Paranormal Point of View. All right. Let me show you what that looks like, by the way. I promise that I will. Uh, I'm only getting my logo and not myself. There we go. Having a little trouble tonight, but we're doing it. Okay. Hold on, let me get my comments up. Put the banner up first. Okay, we get the ticker going and we get the comments going. Here we go. Hello, Shiro, my good friend, and Chickadee is in tonight. Hello, and Roger Blair. Welcome aboard, sir. A little rough start here. What I've got to do, I've got to actually set up Paranormal Point of View with an intro and everything. I haven't done that yet. And we're going to be voting tonight, okay? I'm going to get all of your votes tonight. Not right now because we're going to wait for a few more people to get in here. But we're going to vote tonight to see whether you would rather have Paranormal View come on at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9 o'clock p.m. All my other shows come on at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for Paranormal Point of View. So I was going to let everybody vote on that. Hello, Melissa. David, good to have you aboard, my friends. And Sapphire Elves is here. And I'm gonna let everybody start voting on that, and then in about 30 minutes we'll vote on it. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. We'll let you make a. You'll be the deciding vote on this, maybe, and see which way we're gonna go with that. And hello, Melissa. How you doing? And David and Chickadee is you like 8 p.m. Okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what the final vote is here in a little while. We'll tabulate the votes. It's democracy time here. On hello, Sandra. On Paranormal Point of View. I got some movie reviews for you tonight. Got an article I'm going to talk about, although I don't have the article in front of me. I've got it up here, okay? We're going to talk about a little bit about that. We're going to get into some interesting topic on Neuralink and AI and the Neuralink, okay? This is scary stuff, folks. You're gonna want to listen to this definitely very close because this is your future, okay? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding around. I'm not trying to prophesy anything, but I can tell you without a doubt, this is your future, okay? And you better be getting ready for it and the ramifications of it, okay? And anyway, we're going to be talking about that a little bit tonight, too. I got some really good movies. I just got through watching one of my favorite Christmas movies. I was watching it before I came on tonight. Elf, of course, with Will Ferrell. Great movie. It always makes me laugh when I watch it. It is a great Christmas movie. And I'll tell you something. I don't know if you know about this, okay? I'll mention this to you right offhand. If you remember the head elf in Santa's workshop, his name was Mean Mean, okay? And he wore a red thing with big white buttons on it. The head elf, he's the one, that asked Buddy about, how many extra sketches have you done today, Well, actually, I don't know if a lot of people pay attention, but he is really the little boy. Well, he's grown up in this. He's the little boy from A Christmas Story with a BB gun, That's him, actually. I can't think of his name, but that's him, and he's actually in Elf, okay? And a lot of people don't know that. He is the head elf of the toy shop, okay? But anyway, That's an interesting little antidote for you there. Uh, but the ethics of it is what's debatable. Can't put weapons on PP. We'll see about that. Definitely, we're going to talk about that a little bit in a little while here. Very definitely going to get into discussion on that. I hope my StreamYard's doing better tonight. It got a little flaky yesterday. I think my router's about to die on me, so I'm getting a new router next month. So we'll see how that works out. I just hope that I can install it the correct way. It's been a long time since I've installed a router. Hope I can remember to do it. Just follow the instructions, kind of a thing. I hope. I've been known to throw away instructions and live on the dangerous, adventurous side of life from time to time. I've been known to do that, by the way. But maybe I better keep the instructions for this. But anyway, I hope you all have been doing well since we got together for Wednesday night. Had an interesting show Wednesday night, all about old Saint Nick. Good Santa. Santa was there. It was his time to shine. And we had an interesting talk about all the very strange and bizarre Santa sightings that happened this time of the year. I told about my own possible one. If you missed it, go back and watch it. It's a great show. That was Wednesday night. Santa sightings. And hello, Roger. And so you might want to check it out if you missed it. In Australia, we call electronic instructions Chinglish, because they translate English and Chinese. Make that's Chinese English. Okay, I got you. Make a fake variation and retranslate it back to English. Do not unplug it when in use. Yeah, I've run into that situation too, Safari, definitely. Everything in the world's made in China, by the way. So there you go. And that would be another interesting topic for the one night. We need to start trying to buy nothing strictly but American. But you're forced. Actually, we are forced. We don't have that much of a choice when it comes to buying things. You either buy the Chinese stuff or you don't. That's the one thing I hate about Amazon. Half of everything on Amazon comes out of China, or more than half, probably.
I'm having trouble hearing.
But
can you say that again?
The thing I don't like about it is that that's my Amazon going off over there. Be quiet over there. I forgot to turn it off. Anyway, the interesting thing about it, half everything on there, way over half everything, comes from China. You don't really have a choice, but I think it's very sneaky that they will not tell you that it's going to ship from China. They should be made to tell you that, and you can have a choice of whether I want to, wait 3 or 4 weeks on it or what, And if you've got a Prime account, what good is that? I mean, you're just wasting money. You're not getting it in a day or two, They're really sneaky about this stuff, But anyway, I don't like that. I don't like that idea. But we are forced into buying this stuff from China. I mean, we have no choice. You don't even have the choice of buying that many American-made products here in America anymore. That's the way it goes. You might as well say the interesting way. Look it up on your phone. I've had to do that too. Anyway, War Criminal, good to have you in here, sir. And I assume you are, sir. Okay, War Criminal. Right. Am I using the right pronouns? Okay, don't come down on me, all right? But anyway, you really don't have a choice, and that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight with this the Neuralink and the AI thing. Okay, we're going to be talking a little bit about that, the 15-minute cities and all this stuff. They're fixing to pigeonhole you and put you exactly where they want you completely. They've got you pretty close to that now, but they're fixing to really pigeonhole you and put you exactly where they want you to get exactly what they want out of you. Okay, you're just a commodity. You're not a person. You're not a human being to these people. Okay, you're a commodity. You're a number. That's all you are. Okay. And when I say commodity, because they're getting tax money out of it. Okay, that's what it is. That's the main commodity. Follow farmers' rights. Being a farmer person, I follow China trade wars. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I have to say this about Trump. He was kind of making China begin to toe the line, but they got out of it. They knew they would. I think they had a lot of influence, perhaps, on some elections that we won't talk about. That we won't get. I don't want to get banned on YouTube right now. I've been banned before, and but anyway, there's some really, really crazy stuff going on in this world, and we got to realize that. And and here's the main thing: it's just shows like this, and I'm not just bragging about myself. I'm talking about other shows like these, other podcasts like this, trying to get the real truth out there, trying to get the real story out to the people so people will know. People, I've said this before. Let me make this statement. It's very, very important. Okay. I've made this statement before and I'll make it again. Your need to know has now become paramount to your survival. Okay. That is very plain and very clear and very, very, unfortunately, very true. The more you know about this stuff, the better off you are in order to make your decisions and the way you need to live your life or the way you want to. You understand what I'm saying? You'll need to know. And that's what we want to get out there. And I want to get the truth to you. I want to get you the real story, not conspiracy theories, not made up stuff, not rumors. I want to talk about truth, the real truth. You know what I'm saying? They ban you for speaking truth. Yes, Melissa Cronwetter, I know that, definitely. I have been banned in many different ways. You have to be very careful, but there are ways around that, okay? There are ways around that. If you be smart, then you use your brain, there's ways around it. But anyway, if they won't let you speak it, that's very true, but like I said, there's ways around it. And that's what you got to watch for. That's what you got to be smart to grasp it, okay? Because here's the thing about it. There's an age-old question. What is truth? Okay? What is truth? The truth will set you free. Definitely. But what is the real truth? That's what we need to seek. We don't need to seek rumors, innuendo, stories that made up or passed down, hearsay and all that. We need to seek the real truth of the matter. Okay. And you can find pieces of it in podcasts like this and others, but you got to be disseminating about it. Not only discriminating, but disseminating. To disseminate means to take it in and blend it in and filter it the way it needs to be filtered. Okay. And people have wrong opinions. Oh yeah, definitely. People are always gonna have wrong opinions. Okay, but that's human nature. They have their own opinion. They believe that, and that's all. You couldn't convince them. That's what I've said a lot of times about paranormal investigation. Okay, it's not my job to convince you or make you believe anything. Okay, I didn't just present you what I found. You have to make your own mind up whether you believe me or not. But I can't make you believe me, and it would be wrong for me to try to make you believe me in that way. You know what I'm saying? Because you're smart, you've got brain cells. Put them together, rub them together, and come out with what you need to see. But you've got to be discriminating and disseminating in the way that you do it. Okay. You have to be very careful because what you're seeking is the truth. You got to filter out all the impurities that are not the truth. Okay. Yeah. God's word is truth. Absolutely. That is the empirical truth that you hold everything up against, Melissa. God's word is the empirical truth of the universe. You hold everything up against that. If it don't stack up against that, then it's not worthy of the truth. You understand what I'm saying? That's your one bellwether, as they used to call it. Definitely. Let's see. Hello, Ann. Good to have you aboard. Whether you're late or not, it's good for you to be here. Uh, Definitely. You mean Prometheus? I'm a blacksmith. You the devil's horse and make him pay taxes. Oh yeah. But hey, it's usually the other way around. The devil gets the taxes out of you. That's the way it goes. But anyway, if we get a few more people in here, we're gonna take a vote here. I hear my dog, and now he's arguing with me again. Just don't pay any attention to him. When he gets through saying what he wants to say, he'll be quiet. Robin M., greetings to you. And let's see what else we got. We got a little slow roll tonight, but that's okay. All right. You might see on my ticker there the mention of the Legend Tracker Society now. Don't forget the Legend Tracker Society. And I'm gonna have some stickers made for those very soon. Okay, the Legend Tracker Society. So you'll be wanting some of those stickers. And tonight I've got my Hunting the Shadows podcast T-shirt on. I don't know. Let me tip this a little bit so you can see it a little. There it is, Hunting the Shadows podcast T-shirt. Okay. Yep, we're getting there. Hello, Midwest. Glad to have you in here, my friend. And C. Duke is here. All right. Hello, everyone. And anyway, we're gonna take a vote here in a little bit about whether we want to come on at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock with Paranormal Point of View. Okay, and we're gonna get everybody's votes going here in a little bit, and I'm gonna try to tabulate them, and we'll see what great experiment of democracy we will come out with tonight. Okay. But I'm gonna be talking a little bit. I'm gonna get to the movie reviews here shortly, and I have been watching. I've got a couple of great Christmas movies for you to check out, and we're gonna talk about those in a little bit. But let's see, checking on this here. Thank you, Sandra. Now, if anybody out there wants a T-shirt, I don't sell them, unfortunately, but if you can find you a T-shirt company that will make you a T-shirt, I will send you the logos for it, okay? And they can use your logo, these logos like I've got on mine. On the back of this T-shirt, it says the Legend Tracker Society, but on the front, it's got this. So if anybody wants to get a T-shirt, whatever color they want to get, it's your choice. But if you've got a company you can get a T-shirt from or get a couple of T-shirts made from, whatever, I've got the logos. Just PM me and let me know. I will definitely send them to you. PM you, okay? No problem at all on that. Roger bought me, but I don't think from here. He sounds like he's from Bob Ross Painting Shop. Oh, okay. You can get iron-on transfer printer paper these days, and if you load the files up, you can make your own. Oh, well, that's a good deal. However you want to do it, that's your choice. But I will definitely send you the logos, okay? So just let me know, PM me, or private message me, and let me know. I will definitely send them to you. Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story. Oh, yeah. I've got Christmas Story loaded up. I watch it every year, of course. But I was talking about this at the beginning. I know some people weren't here. That in Elf, the head elf at the toy factory, that in Elf, with Will Ferrell, is actually the little boy from Christmas Story, from the Red Ryder BB gun. He's him grown up actually, but he plays the head elf. His name is Ming Ming. He wears a red suit and all that. But he's the one that says, how many extra sketches have you made today? On your total on it. So yeah, check him out. That's him. He's got a freaky little beard, but he's the head elf in that. But they did a kind of a tribute to Christmas Story. I haven't got the chance to see it because I think it's a rental right now, something I don't know. But anyway, it's not on Prime. So anyway, I have to check it out. Head Elf, yeah, Head Elf. Yep. His name Ming Ming, I think is his name. They had all kinds of weird elf names. I thought the elf girl, the human elf girl, was cute myself. This is Zooey Drestrel, I think her name is. Not Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story. Yeah, that's Christmas Vacation is funny. I always laugh at that. I love the squirrel in the tree. And of course, my favorite character is Eddie. Well, yeah. Gonna leave you for dead somewhere, Eddie? Okay. In real life, Randy Quaid, who plays Eddie, is actually a big Trump fan. Very conservative. I don't know about his brother Dennis Quaid. I don't know what political aspect he has, but I wonder if they still talk to each other, being brothers. I don't know. I have A4 size designs for that. Okay, well, yeah, no, you let me know, and I will definitely just send me a PM on, the standard messenger. I will certainly send you the logos. You can print you out a T-shirt and send us a picture of you wearing the T-shirt. Okay, you got to do that. Okay, we want to see a picture of you with it. I'm Defoe down for the Elflets. I like the Quaid brothers. They're hot. Yeah, they're something else. I always liked Dennis Quaid. He did some great movies, you know. But anyway, yeah, sure. I'll pretend to do this as an unboxing. All right, there you go. But anyway, okay, let's take our vote right quick. Okay, we got everybody in here. I want you to start voting yes or no now. Should Paranormal Point of View come on at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9 o'clock p.m.? Okay, let's start putting those votes in, and I'm going to start tabulating the votes, and we'll see how the majority rules on this, okay? Yeah, the rookie, I was going. What's the one he did? The one Dennis Quaid did? What was the name of that one? Where he was a cop in New Orleans, you know? Oh god, that was a good, very good mystery kind of movie. I can't think of the name of it. I know it. I can't think of it. Anyway, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Okay, we got the votes coming in here. We got 1 for 8, 1 for 9, 3 for 8, 4 for 8, 5 for 8. Okay, we're getting there, folks. Okay, 5, 8, 1, 9 so far. Just got it home long ago, been a wild week, dead surgery on this process. Ooh, that's bad stuff there, boy. That can incapacitate you definitely for a while, Overbuilt. We will definitely have prayers for your dad. Yep. Spiritual Odyssey is in here. Okay. Voted 8. Okay. So far, 8 has got it. Okay. All right. So far, we'll see how that goes tonight. Face turquoise, drinking coffee face, orange, body. Cindy Wendy. Oh, I love that name, Cindy Wendy. All right. All right, sure. Let's see what we got here. Big Easy. Yes. Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that. That was a very good Dennis Quaid movie. Very hot one too. It was very romantic, shall we say. He was very good in that, though. But he did that one, you know, was the end of the world thing when it got very extremely cold, you know. The Day After Tomorrow or something like that was the name of it. That was a great movie, too. He was very good in that. He was there trying to find his son, I think, during that whole movie. That was very good, too. Okay, so far the eights are winning here, folks. Okay. But anyway, got a couple of movie reviews for you before we get into some serious talking here. A couple of movie reviews. Yeah, the ending was good on that. There's a Legend Tracker Society on Facebook thing. Yes, it is. It is. Well, it has a Facebook. Okay, Legend Tracker Society. You can join though through the Facebook. You can join the society. Just say you want to join. We'll put you on there, and you'll get notices and all that. It's absolutely free. Like I said, all you gotta do is just join up and find it. It's on Facebook, but I will eventually have to publish the link to it. But it is a group. It's a Facebook group. Okay, the Legend Tracker Society. All in chat. Thanks, man. God bless you all. Much love. Okay, well, you take over belt. You do what you gotta do, my friend. And okay, so far 8 p.m. Eastern, I think, is winning. All right. I took a call starring Dennis Quaid. Oh yes, I've heard of that. Mary Happy whatever. Yeah, I heard about that. I never watched it, but I've heard about it. Yeah. No, I don't have Facebook. That's why I asked. Oh, okay. Well, if you don't have Facebook, I'm going to eventually set the Legend Tracker Society up as a website. Okay, so hang in there, and you may be able to join up through the website. But you can also join up through my website, which is DennisWCarroll.com. Just go there and send me a thing. Send me a message and say, I want to join the LTS, Dennis. Give me your name and I'll put you in the group, okay? You can do it that way if you want to. That's DennisWCarroll.com. It's right down here in the ticker, okay? Or you can Gmail me at DennisWCarroll@gmail.com, okay? Whichever you want. We'll put you in the group. Okay, we can do that. Like I say, there's always ways workarounds, as we used to call them. You work around that, definitely. But anyway, we'll talk about a couple of these movies right quick since we're talking about Dennis Quaid and Randy Quaid and all that. The first movie I want to talk about, it was a very good. Now, I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan. Okay, I actually met Nicolas Cage one time, talked to him for a moment. He was very busy. He had Lisa Marie with him, but he was here in the town where I live. And anyway, this was a long time ago. But he was a really nice guy. He taught comic books, actually. A big thing, big guy on comic books. Anyway, this was right about the time when the Ghost Rider first came out, when I actually met him. He's a real nice guy. But I like Nicolas Cage. Well, this is a movie he's done called Trapped in Paradise. That's the name of it. Trapped in Paradise, I think. I hope I got that right. And it's got him and Dana Carvey and another guy. I cannot think of his name. I know it and I can't think of it. Anyway, they're three funny guys. This is a hilarious comedy, but it's a Christmas movie too, okay? It happens at Christmas in a town called Paradise, okay? And they go to rob the bank there. They're three brothers, and they rob a bank, and that's all I'm going to tell you about it. Great Christmas movie, okay? It is really a funny Christmas. Got a little language in it, so you don't want the kids around it, okay? But it's not that bad. You know, they can't make a Hollywood movie without some inappropriate language anymore. That's the way that goes. But anyway, you got to watch it. It's Trapped in Paradise. It is really funny. And Nicolas Cage does a great job with it. He's always kind of laid back in this. He's really good in it. So you might want to check it out. Definitely. But anyway, the It's a good movie. That's all I'm gonna tell you about it because I don't want to ruin it for you. It's really hilarious, really funny movie, and Dana Carvey is very good in it too. By the way, from Saturday Night Live, you know. But Nicolas Cage is great in this movie, so yeah, check it out. Trapped in Paradise. Okay. And now the second movie I watched is also a Christmas movie, and it stars another one of my favorite guys, Steve Martin. Yes, the very famous Steve Martin is in this with a really good cast of characters. A lot of people are backing him up, and this is a hilarious movie called Mixed Nuts. Okay, and you gotta watch this one because it is really funny too. Mixed Nuts. Then it's got a little language, like I said, like the other one does, but not too bad. But it is hilarious, and it's about a group of people that live in an office building or work in an office building, and Madeline Kahn, the late great Madeline Kahn, is in it. Uh, Great movie, you got to watch it. Mixed Nuts. And both of these movies have good endings. Okay, so they're not bad. You like them. Starting time and then okay. Let's see what we got now. So far, we've got. I think 8 o'clock is winning here, folks. Okay. All right. Well, it seemed like every movie was a Cage film, but I remember thinking anyhow that film where Dennis was a biker from hell was a wild film. It was in his name. Yeah, the Ghost Rider. Yeah, that was the reason that Nicolas Cage actually wanted to do. He begged to do the Ghost Rider movie. He's a big comic book fan and a big fan of the Ghost Rider comic books. And when I was a kid, I was a big comic book geek. Okay, I read comics. That's how I first started. I got into reading. I love to read comics. Used to trade comics and stuff like that. I was a real big fan of all that stuff. The Ghost Rider, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, all of them. You know, I was a big fan of that. And so was he. And I think, well, he's got the money to collect very rare comic books. So I hear. Uh, if he still is. But I like Nicolas Cage. He's offbeat kind of guy. I like him better in some ways than Johnny Depp. Although Johnny Depp is kind of, I like some stuff he does, but I'm not. Nicolas Cage, I think, has a better lifestyle in real life than Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is sort of. I'll tell you the one thing about Johnny Depp that concerns me. He's very self-destructive in many ways, and that's sad because he's a great talent, you know. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, the first one was the best. Oh yeah, the first one. Yeah, yeah. They always try to go back and make more money on that one, but the first one's usually the best one. It stuck more to the comic book precepts than the other one did. Like Jonah Hex. Remember, Jonah Hex was a great one too, by the way. It stuck pretty close to the comic, but it changed some of it. But you know, that's the way Hollywood always does. Hollywood, because it's kind of like the government. If you leave them alone long enough, they'll screw their own selves up. That's the way it goes. And Hollywood's finding that out with all this woke joke junk. That's what I call it, woke joke junk. It ain't really a joke, it's junk. But anyway. Uh, oh yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That was a good one too. Yep. But anyway, there was actually a cameo in the first Ghost Rider movie of the original Ghost Rider, who was a cowboy, you know. And Sam Elliott did that. He was the original Ghost Rider, and he meets up with Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage wanted that in there because that was a homage to the first original Ghost Rider, who didn't have a motorcycle; he had a ghost horse. Oh, yeah, part of the Hollywood cult say is correct. Like he's just a bit lost. We can pray for him. Yeah, I don't know. Johnny Depp's. I don't know. Some people cannot handle fame and fortune very well at all. Some people can. Some people can. It will turn very self-destructive on them very quickly. Con Air, yeah, that was a great movie. Oh yeah. Nicolas Cage, well, one of my favorite movies he did was The Wizard's Apprentice. You remember that? That was a great one. Great story. He did was very good in that. Yeah, no, yeah, he's a Coppola. He's Italiano. Yeah, yeah, very famous uncle, I think. Francis Ford Coppola or something. Eating hot sauce chips while I go to the short once. Be careful there, David. This stuff come back to haunt you, okay? Worse than ghosts. Believe me. My favorite thing is to take chips, I like the ripple potato chips and dip them in, ranch or some other kind of dressing and eat them. Boy, that's good too. But, buddy, it can get into digestive type stuff with you real quick. Guardians of the Galaxy movies, yeah, those have been pretty good. Actually, I heard today that I don't know if any of you remember this. It was a great movie from the 80s, The Last Starfighter, that Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, his son, Wyatt Russell, are wanting to remake that, to redo that. The Last Starfighter. That would be interesting if they did. I think they've enjoyed working with each other, Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell. I think it's very interesting. He named his son after Wyatt Russell, okay, from Tombstone. You're very right, and not to mention the old deals, folks. Made for fame, fortune, that sadly goes with it. Oh, yeah. Be careful what you ask for. You get it, and it may destroy you eventually. Yep. I like ranch and hot sauce mixed with chips. I tell you another thing I like is you dip your French fries. I like a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and mix it with regular ketchup. Mix it real good and dip your fries in that. Boy, you talking about good. That is good, definitely. Yeah, The Last Starfighter was a great movie. It's one of my favorites from the 80s. It was a great movie. It was one of the very first that had a lot of CGI in it, but they pulled it off very well. Yeah, I watched it, not too long ago. Rewatched it for the first time in a while. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can mix a little mayo in with that hot barbecue sauce and ketchup too. That's good too, especially on your hamburger. Dennis Hopper was for that film. Oh yeah, Dennis Hopper, another great talent who has unfortunately left us. I always liked Dennis Hopper. He was a really good actor. He could play some real sleazy guys too sometimes, make you really hate him, you know. But he was a very good actor. One of my favorites he did was a favorite, sort of a horror type movie was Night Tide. Boy, that was a great Dennis Hopper movie there. Yeah, you need to rewatch that if you haven't seen it in a while. The Last Starfighter. But yeah, check those two Christmas movies out I talked about though. Trapped in Paradise and Mixed Nuts. Okay. Check them out. They are very funny. You'll enjoy them. They're I watched a Christmas movie last night as well called Violent Night, and definitely it was very violent. It was mainly just Santa Claus killing people. It it was not a good movie. I mean, I'm not just because of the violence, but I mean the storyline. To me, it didn't hold up. It wasn't all that good. I mean, I'm glad it didn't cost me any money to watch it. It was a no brainer on that. I didn't like it. It was okay. I mean, I guess if you want to get violent with Christmas, but Santa Claus turns out to be the good guy and he's sort of the hero of the movie, which is good. But the way he goes about it is not. But that's Hollywood. Okay. Speed, yeah, awesome villain. Yeah, he was. He could be a villain, very good villain when he wanted to be. I remember he was very good as the mousy son in the Sons of Katie Elder with John Wayne. That was he. He's been in a lot of good stuff. Dennis Hopper, definitely. Yeah, it could have been done a lot better. Yeah, okay, good, Robin. Check them out. There's a chance you will enjoy them. All right. But anyway, moving along now, a little more serious topic. I was going to talk a little bit about the Neuralink and AI. I read an article recently on that, and I was going to kind of review that article a little bit with you before we clock out tonight. But it is very disturbing, what some of this stuff, here's the thing about it, and I said this before, AI is a wonderful tool if it is used correctly and not weaponized and not used against people, but to help people would be a wonderful thing. And the Neuralink is a very interesting concept where that there is a biomechanical link with the AI that can be attached to the human brain or embedded in the human brain that will run neurofunctions, such as move your hands or your arms, legs. This is something great that might actually get paralyzed people or people with spinal cord injuries be able to walk again or become mobile. It's a very terrible thing when you get to the point, especially like when you get old or whatever, or you have some kind of a disease or whatever, and you cannot be mobile anymore. It's terrible. You're just as bad as being blind or deaf. You're incapacitated to a great extent when you're immobile. And it's a wonderful thing to think that the Neuralink could do something about that. Also, the Neuralink. Here's what they're interesting. They're interested in it for. It's not just the medical ramifications of it, but the military ramifications of the Neuralink connected to AI. You could actually, and they have been trying this for decades now to make the super soldier thing. We've talked about that before in the past. The super soldier thing. Yeah, the best Kurt Russell is Big Trouble in Little China. That's the best one. My book. That's my favorite. But anyway, getting back to what I'm saying. The Neuralink can be used militarily to make you stronger. In other words, you can use the Neuralink. Now listen to this: to disconnect the pain centers in the brain, and also the nerve centers can be manipulated so that you could not feel hot or cold or pain or perhaps even hunger or thirst. That's your perfect super soldier when you think about it. Okay. You put that kind of people out in the field in combat, you've got a big advantage going for you. China is working on this as we speak right now, the Neuralink militarily wise. You're turning human beings into mechanical robots, basically. That's what you're doing. You're turning them into mechanical puppets. You're taking their humanity away from people. What are you doing to their soul? You have to ask that question. That's very important. Yes, it is a moral issue, Sweet Pea, about AI. Because here's the thing about it: men and women, humankind, we are imperfect. Therefore, we're not going to make perfection. Okay. I've said that. I've talked about this before. Let me say it again. As imperfect beings that we are, and none of us are perfect. Okay, we're all imperfect beings. That's just what our makeup is. Um, that is the result of what happened to us. Okay, I'm not going to get philosophically, religiously into that tonight, but we are imperfect. That's what goes without saying. We cannot make perfection. Imperfection cannot produce perfection. It just don't work that way. And AI will be the product of our imperfections. Think about it. It not only our moral imperfections, but our spiritual imperfections as well. Okay. AI will be the subject of that. And we got to understand that. That's what makes AI so downright dangerous. It is the reflection of us in a mirror of what we are, is what AI will be. Only it will be smarter, faster, stronger, better, quicker than we are, 1,000 times multiplied. Think about that. That is scary, very scary when you think about that. And that's what goes with the Neuralink. When they implant this chip in your brain, are you a human anymore? Are you really a human being anymore? Okay? Because you have masters over you. Definitely. You think you're being led around by the nose now. You know, you see a lot of these kids with a ring in their nose now. I got news for you kids. We used to do that with bulls and pigs and cow and all that because that's how you're going to lead them around. You're just giving the government a good handle there, okay? Don't do that. You're giving somebody a good handle on you. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to give a handle to anybody on myself here, okay? If I can help that. But anyway, I'm just kidding. But anyway, the whole thing in a nutshell is that Neuralink thing is very disturbing because it is turning a human being into a mechanized puppet. That's basically all you are. And if you can do that with people making soldiers, agents, whatever, whichever way you want to go with that, and that could be some of what these men in black are, by the way. You know, they could be Neuralinked agents. That's what I call the Neuralink agents. Are they already out there? Yes, I guarantee you without a doubt they're out there walking around. Okay. Let me tell you this. I'll give you a prime example. Okay, and I've talked about this before, but it bears repeating again. Okay. 40 years ago, they had a satellite in space that could read a headline on a newspaper in Moscow in an outdoor cafe. 40 years ago, they had that. What do you think they've got now, 40 years later? Okay. Everything that Hollywood tells you about or you hear about on podcasts and a lot of this stuff is already here. It's not something that's in the future. You understand? That's why I say your future is now. Well, future is here today. All of this stuff that you're hearing about has already been invented. It's already been modified and it's been enhanced. 40 years down the line. They're 40 years ahead of us, probably, in what we truly know. There are certain aspects of the government that are 40 years ahead of us in a lot of this stuff, okay? They don't want you to know that. But it's true, okay? There are so many decades ahead, okay? That it's scary, okay? It's already there. It's already in place. Okay, but they're just working on it to make it more and more stronger and better and faster, like the Bionic Man. Remember that? We can make him stronger. We can make him faster. We can make him better. And that's what they're doing. But they're going to destroy humanity in order to do that. If they're not careful, that's what they're going to do, whether they mean to or not. And really, I don't think that they really care. They really don't. They really care. They don't. Like I told you at the beginning of the show, you're a commodity. You're just a number. You're just a tax figure. You're not human to them. You don't have fears and wants and dreams and aspirations to them. You're nothing to them. You understand? That's a dangerous way to look at your fellow human beings on this planet. That's the way they look at you. Okay, you got to realize that. And that's what makes it so downright dangerous. Yes, they're playing God. That's why I'm writing that book called The God Game. Okay? They're playing God with us. Okay? And they're never going to quit playing God till it destroys them. That's the way it goes. And that's the way it's going to go. And the Sweet Pea says, if his creator is moral and places learning programs to be of service, that the results might be different. Of course. If people were perfect and they're moralistically perfect or good or righteous, whatever name you want to put on that, Sure, AI will come out that way, but it's not going to, okay? Because I know mankind, okay? And I know what mankind can do and what mankind is capable of. And that's not good. Okay? They're capable of great stuff, but they don't ever go for that part of it. They go for the weaponization and the controlling factor of things. That's why they play God. They want to play God. Always kept from the public, always has been. Of course, Robin, definitely. They're not gonna let you know. But Hollywood, I think, knows a little bit about this. And I think they put a little of this out, just little crumbs that they give us every now and then, just to kind of get us ready to accept it in our minds. They're seeding our minds with a lot of this stuff. And that's why I said at the beginning of this program, we've got to be very careful with what we disseminate as the real honest truth of the matter. Because I'm going to tell you this, there is without a doubt a government office right now tonight in every government of the world, not just in ours, that is nothing but an office of disinformation. What did I just say? Disinformation. They're seeding misinformation out there to muddy the water so that you in the end will not know what the real truth is if it hits you in the face. That's what it's all about. So that's the way evil works in this world. It clouds and messes up the real truth to keep you away from it, to keep you from not knowing it when it shows up, to seed your mind with the wrong stuff so that you will take the wrong stuff for the right. That's just the way they operate. And we've got to be very careful with what we believe and what we know and what we perceive in the world around us. We've got to be very careful because all, my friends, is not what it seems to be. Okay? Without a doubt. Don't trust it. As Edgar Allan Poe once said, believe nothing that you see and half of what you hear. Okay? That's a good rule. Okay, human nature, power, and control. Only power now, I agree, but I have faith that humanity and humans will win out. I don't know, Sweet Pea. I tell you what, I think it's going to get so bad that only one person's going to be able to straighten this place out, and that's the true creator of all things. Propaganda is not inherently bad, but it being misused against the public. Yes, it is a weapon. Definitely. The Nazis would tell you that very quickly. Any Nazi would tell you propaganda is the perfect way to get the minds of people right where you want it. Some major atrocity will play out for the world to see. They say that there's a pattern of something that happens every 80 years. This article talked about that. Every 80 years, something big happens in the world. And guess what? Next year is 80 years from the last thing, which I think was World War II. Every 80 years, I think before that was the Civil War, and so on and so on. Something big and bad happens supposedly every 80 years, and 2024 is 80 years down the line. So we'll see if that pattern holds up or not. But anyway, yeah, God can step in, Robin. It's the only one that's going to be able to straighten this mess out. Not man. Mankind is imperfect. He's never going to come out with a perfect thing. Not in this world, not in this existence. We are not perfect, That is, they say, if God does one thing that he ever does in everything, this philosopher once said this, if the greatest thing God could ever do is make man perfect. And that may happen one day. We will be perfect, but not in this existence. Not now, not the way things are. But to remove imperfection, you will have to remove all sin. And that's what philosophers say. I agree with that to a certain extent. You have to have perfection. You cannot have sin. You can't have perfection and sin together. It just don't work that way. The Genesis 6 conspiracy, how secret societies and the descendants of giants plan to enslave humankind and all that. That's very good. I'll put that up. Yeah, I've heard of that. He's talking about the Nephilim, and the Nephilim, the spirit of the Nephilim, is here in this world, and has been in this world for thousands of years. I want to tell you something. Here's another way to look at that thing about Genesis 6. Okay. And there were giants in the earth in those days and afterwards. Could also those giants not only be giant people, and I'm not saying they weren't giant people because I believe they were giants. They were definitely, the Bible tells you that there were actually a race of giants in this world. But what if it's not talking about giant people? What if it's talking about dinosaurs? You ever think about that? And big giant spiders. There was mosquitoes that once upon a time were the size of eagles. Think about that, okay? So what if maybe it was talking about that, and maybe it's saying that mankind knew about dinosaurs, you know? And here's another thing, and I'm gonna have to do a show on this one now. Did you know 90% of all things that you see in natural museums are not the real thing? They're mock-ups. And they're not real dinosaur bones that you see. So you have to wonder how much of this stuff is manipulated for a certain storyline that they want to put forward. Okay, you got to wonder about some of this stuff, definitely. I do ancient history and anthropology. The Bible is a rebands of ancient collected stuff. It's all related if you go back to the Proto-European cultures, definitely. And I was reading an article the other day about some of those Proto-European cultures, where they came from the Caucasus Mountains and all that stuff. It's very interesting stuff. The first theory they come out with, now listen to this, everybody came out of Africa. No. They found out that's wrong now, that there were people from other parts of the world. Africa was not the cradle of humanity, and yet they tried to push that. And you've got to be very careful with this science stuff, because they're putting out a lot of misinformation or manipulated stuff that they want you to believe. I'll tell you why. A lot of that science is based on getting grant money and stuff like that, okay? And if they don't toe the line, and the other scientists got to say, oh, yeah, I like it, you know, they like it, they go along with it, you get your money, you get your grant money, you get your grants and all that stuff. You got to remember, a lot of this stuff, I think, is a bunch of bull, but there you go. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fakery going on in museums. And what happened to those bones that they found, those big skulls and all that? Well, they suddenly all of this disappears. And yeah, I'll tell you where it disappears to. It disappears to vaults. Kind of like that last shot in Indiana Jones. That big giant warehouse where they put everything. Oh, that would not surprise me if that a place like that does not exist. But I guarantee you, on the shelves of some museums of the world, they've tucked these things way back in the corner somewhere on the shelf, and hopefully it'll be forgotten because it does not follow their narrative, and therefore they don't get their grant money that way. I tell you the thing about it, and I've said this before. The science of mankind wears blinders. The blinders they put on there themselves are the way they want to see things. And that is not true science, no matter which way you look at it, whether it's human science, whatever kind of science you're talking about. It's not real science. That's what you got to remember. There's so much misinformation out there, and we've got to be careful, okay? It's like walking through a minefield. You don't want to step on a bomb, you know. Hello, Cryptid Hunters. Good to have you on the strange train tonight. But you got to be very careful with this misinformation, and don't let it mislead you, because that's what it's there for. Don't set the bomb off, because that's what they've got it set for. You've got to be very careful how you navigate around this stuff to find the real truth of things. Okay. And they have a lot of agents who do nothing but spread misinformation. That's all they do. That's their job. And like I say, there's a reason for that. Propaganda and misinformation are two very volatile weapons that you can use against the minds of humanity. Okay? We've got to remember that. Very good. And anyway, to make a long story short, that's the article I was reading about the Neuralink and AI. The AI is connected to the Neuralink. But here's what eventually will supposedly do. It will actually be able to download or upload from the human mind. Think about that for just a moment, folks. Download or upload through the Neuralink with the AI. They can do it either way. So they could turn you into somebody else completely different, download a different personality in you, different memories, different experiences that you think you remember or that you've done. They could even download a different time frame for you. They might get to make you think you were like 16 years old again. Your body, of course, would not hold up to that. But if you did, I mean, this is strange, weird stuff, folks, but it's real. I mean, this is nothing made up. And if they can download, they can upload. In other words, they can take all of your information out of you. Think about this, the military ramifications of that. If you catch a foreign spy, no matter how much you torture and interrogate him, he can still hold back to what you want to know. But if you could upload everything out of his mind and see it on the screen, you'd have him exactly right where you want him. But then if you wanted to send him back as a double agent, all you got to do is download the program you want. You're taking the humanity of people away from them. And like I said, you're turning them into mechanized puppets, androids, whatever name you want to give them. They're human beings with a Neuralink. Are they still human anymore? God didn't make us that way. Our Creator didn't intend for us to be that way. But man has manipulated us into that thing. Like I say, if you use that to get paralyzed people to walk again, or cure cancer, or diabetes, or whatever the situation, if you use it, that's wonderful. I'm all for it, 100%. Oh yeah, let's do it. But I don't think it's going to turn out that way. I'm sorry. I hope I'm wrong on that there. I don't think I'll be very wrong because I know the way humanity works, especially the governments of humanity. Okay? That's the way it goes. You got humanity. You got the guy you pass on the street and the guy that flips you off when he gets mad at you if you cut him off or whatever. You've got that humanity to worry about. But then you go up another echelon. You've got the governments of humanity. They're even worse. Okay, you got to remember that. That's the way that works. Well, Neuralinks would be a wonderful thing, Sapphire. Like I say, I just don't see it being used in a good way. I hope it is. I hope it will help people walk again and give people better lives. But here's another thing about, and I'm writing a book about the God game, okay? Here's another thing about this, though, that we've got to take into the fact. Where do we cross the line? And where do we try to enhance what God has created the wrong way? Okay, it's the Frankenstein syndrome, okay? The monster we create is us. And the monster we're going to have to face is AI, which is us. Only 1,000 times smarter. 1,000 times faster than we are. That's scary. That's scary when you think about it. Maybe 10,000 times faster. I don't know exactly what the number is on that, but that is scary when you think about it, okay? That is a monster that you're creating, and you've got to be very, very careful with that. Here's the thing about it. Governments are already turning to, hey, how do we regulate this? How do we do that? But look how slow they are about it. Look how long it's going to take them to make a decision. I've said this before about governments. They could be a comet going to strike the earth next week, and they've got a week to blow it out of the sky, and they'd still be arguing about it when they hit, probably. That's just the way governments work. They're very slow. The wheels turn very slow if they turn at all. And when it comes to AI, you better be moving out fast. China is getting the lead, taking the lead in this. And let me say something about China. Okay, China is our enemy because they have one goal in mind: to take over the world. Pure and simple. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. Nobody wants to say that, but that is the truth, folks. They want to take over the world. Okay, so you better buy yourself a few Chinese dictionaries and start learning how to speak Chinese. If you're not careful, that's what you're going to be doing in the future. There was a show I used to like to watch a lot. I'm going to talk about this before we end it tonight. There's a show I used to love to watch. It was one of my favorite sci-fi shows, Firefly. Used to come on TV. Well, it was about the world in the future. And in the future, there were only two prominent world powers, and he took over the whole planet. It was the United States and China. I see in the future, I don't see the United States. I see just China. Maybe Russia, maybe if it comes in on China's coattails. China is going to be the one we'll have to face. They're the ones buying up everything. They're the ones manipulating everything. They're putting stuff in this country that would blow your mind. Okay, they are out for one goal and one goal only: world conquest. And I'm not talking about the Chinese people. I'm talking about the CCP, folks, the Chinese Communist Party. World conquest is their number one goal, and they do not care how they achieve that goal. You might as well get that in mind. That is one truth you can take to the bank tomorrow. Okay. That's true. That's made up. That's real. Okay. And that right there ought to disturb you greatly. Okay. But I'm not going to get on the soapbox tonight. All right. Also, the last Terminator. Yeah. Yeah. I liked her. Yeah. She was cool. Yeah. I get in a fight. I want River with me. Definitely. Firefly was a great show. That should never have ended, that show. That was a great show. Great. I love to watch it. I've got the whole series. I watch it every now and then. Great show. Check it out if you've never seen it. Firefly. It is one of the best TV series ever made. Okay. That's all I got to say about that. That was a great TV series. Sure could use a gun blade and someone's that's their doom robot arm with utility that they can break up. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Actually, Firefly was really a western set in outer space. Take my land, take my, and take me where I cannot stand. I don't care. I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. That was a great movie, great show. Made a great movie too, by the way. The movie is called Serenity. If you ever just want to watch the movie, don't want to watch the whole series, but you're missing a whole lot with that if you don't watch the whole series. Okay, folks, that's gonna do it. I think we will leave. We will definitely probably leave Paranormal Point of View at 8:00 p.m. from now on. Okay, I think the 8:00 one. Okay, so I'll leave it alone. I won't monkey with it. But I will come up with a better intro pretty soon, okay? Without a doubt. But I appreciate you all being here tonight. And yeah, he was a cowboy captain. The movies I want you to check out, I don't forget. Trapped in Paradise and Mixed Nuts. Okay, you will enjoy those greatly, I assure you. It's very funny. Steve Martin is always great, and Nicolas Cage never does anything bad, I don't think. He's very good. I'm never too sure about his Elvis fascination, but anyway, he's a good guy. I met him one time. He's pretty neat. So anyway, next Wednesday, you don't want to miss. That's right. Robin, angels. All about angels. We're going to be talking about angels. I'm going to tell you some stuff about angels that you do not know. Okay? I promise you. I'm going to tell you some stuff about angels that you do not know. All right? So you don't want to miss next show, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday night, Hunting the Shadows. We go in search of angels, okay? It's going to be an interesting show, one of my favorite subjects. And don't forget Demonology today, which will be Sunday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Going to be a great show with Grizzly Chris. The name of the show is Who Is Your God? Question mark. Okay, it's going to be real interesting. We're going to get into some interesting stuff with that. And then, of course, next Friday night at this time, 8 o'clock p.m., Eastern Standard Time, Paranormal Point of View. Okay, we'll see what else, where else the strange train will take us. Okay, you're at the station of high strangeness, ready to board the strange train. All right. And as you get a chance, don't forget to check out the Legend Tracker Society. And it is a group on Facebook you can join for free. And you will be getting some notices and all kind of interesting stuff on there. Check it out. I want to appreciate you all being here tonight and joining us for another Paranormal Point of View. And I appreciate all the comments and the input, the feedback. Remember, this is your podcast too. You are family, okay? Without a doubt, you are part of the family of the Hunting the Shadows Paranormal Point of View family, okay? And don't forget that. And I hope you all have a terrific weekend, an even better week next week as we get closer to the big C-Day, Christmas. And remember, until next time, Semper Veritas, non mala timbo mala, non timbo mala, and embrace the mystery.